First at 5 tonight, a mother is arrested in connection with the death of her son. She was arraigned along with the victim's sibling on murder charges in a Columbia County courtroom. Fox 12's McKenna Marks brings us the latest details from inside the courthouse. McKenna?
Yeah, that's right, Anna. Catherine Reyna and Hillary Murphy were both arrested yesterday for the alleged murder of Benjamin Murphy. Benjamin was Catherine's son and Hillary's brother, and the two were reportedly taking care of him at their home in Scappoose. Now, this all comes after a month-long investigation, and today in court, both of them pleaded not guilty.
Still have a hard time believing it, but I guess obviously something bad really happened.
For weeks, neighbors say they have seen police coming and going from Catherine Reyna's home on Linden Street in Scappoose. Reyna, who is 63, had been living there with her child, 31-year-old Hillary Murphy, and her adult son, Benjamin Murphy. According to police, Reyna and Murphy had been caring for Benjamin.
He had trouble, mobility problems, and I've seen him in and out of a wheelchair, but his mother usually helped him around.
Neighbors like Robert Toland were shocked to learn that the mother and child were arrested and accused of Benjamin's murder.
Never any yelling or fighting or nothing came from that house. They were all a family.
According to court documents, Benjamin's death was, quote, in the course of or as a result of intentional torture, and that the suspects, quote, unlawfully and intentionally withheld necessary and adequate medical attention. Neighbors, however, described the family as friendly and were shaken up to learn about what may have been going on behind closed doors.
I thought she was a caring mother, or still kind of believe that, but we'll have to see how the whole ordeal plays out.
Reyna and Murphy are facing multiple charges, including murder in the first degree, criminally negligent homicide, criminal mistreatment in the first degree, and abuse of a corpse in the second degree. Both of them pleaded not guilty and were denied bail. They will be back in court on April 23rd. Investigators are still seeking information on this case, so if you have any information, you are encouraged to get in touch with the Scappoose Police Department. Live from St. Helens, McKenna Marks, Fox 12 Oregon.
McKenna, thank you.